What's going on, internet? Lambo here, coming to you from The Nerdery, which I've officially embraced as my YouTube channel now, renaming from Lambo Amazeballs. So for the 18 of you that have followed me, you're awesome. But we're no longer that. That was kind of a joke in the first place anyway. My kids would run around saying that's Amazeballs, and I needed an Xbox handle at the time, so I took that. And yeah, now that there's more than 10 or 20 of you in the internet watching this, I've rebranded Lambo's Nerdery, which also started as a joke from my wife. But I learned that if you embrace something, then they can't make fun of you for it, much to my wife's chagrin. So, Lambo's Nerdery, it is. Anyway, we've got Scenario 24, Gloomhaven, Echo Chamber, all done in 3D terrain, 3D printed, painted, miniatures, substituted, everything right here in the Nerdery, and I'm going to show it off to you. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what's in Scenario 24, Echo Chamber, don't watch the video. Otherwise, let's take a look. Okay, so here you have Scenario 24, Echo Chamber. And I'm going to show you, here's from overhead, but you've also got the map book showing you that's what it's supposed to look like. And you might say, wait a second, Lambo, those don't match. And I would say to you, au contraire, when you have the world's loudest and slowest lazy Susan, you might find that they do match. Haha. In your face, doubters. Now I gotta bring it back though. So in my face. Because who wants to see the back of the level? Okay, we're back. Let me bring it down. This is all done using Talisman Sabre Terrain. That's 3D printed and painted terrain that I do with my business partner, Jay Carter. And we've come up with this whole system. It's modular. It can make any scenario. This is our cave stuff. But I use it here in my games because it's awesome. I'm a little biased, but anyway. I used this in my previous build. I think it was at Scenario 16 Mountain Pass. So I've got a video on that. You can check it out. But I didn't have all the cave elements fleshed out when we did that build. That was the first build I'd ever done with cave stuff, using my own terrain. So this, it has everything that we use for the caves represented somewhere. So I'm going to show it all off. You've got scenic wall elements. I'm pulling off the tripod for a sec. You've got these arches, and you've got crystals. We'll go to the minis in a sec too. You've got the doors. I added like cobweb effects to each one, to any of the cave doors, if you can see that. I liked that concept from like Indiana Jones, where he's pulling like the cobwebs off the entrance to that temple. You've got, water effects pools, cave pools, and more stalactites and stalagmites. Other door variants that I made were these, like, rope-lashed cages. And then you've got mine doors, from if it was a mine shaft type thing. You've got, resin effect poison acid traps, which I think look really cool. Bubbling and hand reaching up. Oh, there's the hand reaching up. Way back there. Let's see, coming in here, skeleton victims and dragon skeletons and mushroom walls. And then that's our bridge expansion, or add-on, I guess, which I think it looks awesome. And then like a mine wall itself to match that, you know, mineshaft theme. So kind of, you know, a little bit of everything to match whatever type of cave scenario you might want to build out. And there's more walls that would come in the full cave expansion. But anyway, in addition, other things going on here. You've got risers. Terrain risers are these elements down there. They clip together and they allow you to add elevation to your terrain, so you don't have to play on just a flat surface. I love elevating terrain. When I moved on to 3D printing from Hearst Arts, I kickstarted these guys called High Ground Tiles, and they were the first ones to introduce me to some really awesome elevation concepts. So if you like 3D printing terrain, you can check out High Ground. They do some really cool hex stuff. But yeah, so these hex risers allowed me to create this elevation to effect, really adding to, you know, the cave feel. And I think it really brings the scenario to life. I want to say I used roughly 100 or so risers on this whole build. I don't really know, I didn't count them. But yeah, that's what's going on. Other things going on terrain-wise. You have Scenic Overlays. So I used to go and find just random files on Thingiverse. There's some really awesome 3D creators like Robogon and John Rebellia. Maybe that's the same guy. Actually, don't know. But they create some really cool 3D overlay tiles that you can go find for free. I wanted to make my own to go along with our sets. Something slightly different, unique, you can't find anywhere else. So these are our columns that I designed here at Talisman Sabre Terrain. I've got, you know, rocks, single hex, triple hex, double hex rocks. These nests also I came up with, and there's 4 types of nests going on in there, and so that's all available from us as well. So that's terrain. Oh, and then that chest will soon be available. We'll have some other overlay sets. We're gonna come out with all the different overlays for the game available. So if you don't want to make it or buy it, or you don't want to spend the time trying to make it or craft it or whatever, we'll do it for you. We'll paint it up and everything. Okay, so get off my soapbox about the terrain. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me put the tripod back on. Let's talk minis. Now minis, I do paint and everything up here. And so what do we got? We have our, oh, I hate living Oozes with a passion. So we lost this scenario the first time and ended up beating it the second time. And Oozes played a big factor in that. But the other thing that played a big factor is our Brute, who is affectionately known as Leroy Jenkins, did what Leroy Jenkins does, and that's just, I'm gonna open doors.
Oh, it's a lot better than we usually do.
Alright, chums up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Save him! Oh geez, stick to the plane!
Oh Jesus, let's go.
Let's go.
Stick to the plan, Shove.
Stick to the plane!
And yeah, that didn't work so well. So, hint, don't open doors faster than your healers can keep up with you. But living Oozes, these are not 3D prints. These come from the D&D game Wrath of Ashardalon. They're Gibbering Mouthers. I don't own that game. I picked up a bunch of models on the, I think like eBay or something, or some site. People were selling off their models. I like them as Oozes. I have another variant for Oozes because Oozes have this tendency to multiply a lot, and I needed to represent Oozes that were summoned or spawned, if you will, because they don't drop coins in the Gloomhaven, if you know the rules. So I've got these group. I'll pull over here. You can see them. Those are what we use as our multiplied Oozes, so it quickly lets us know as we're targeting them and they die, oh, that one dropped a coin, that one didn't. I don't have to try and remember based on the number or something. And these are 3D prints printed on an Ender 3. They are from Rocket Pig Games. They're the Blob set, and I found them on shoot, I'm totally blanking on the site. So I'm RPG. Why can't I think of it? I don't know. It's just escaping me, and it's where I go to get a lot of 3D files and other D&D type Pathfinder or whatever material is all kept there. And I'm going to remember as soon as I stop this video. It will be in the link below where I picked it up.
It starts with an S. So swummy, slippy, slappy, slimmin, summon, simmon, Swanson?
Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the...
Oh, yeah! It's right here. Samsonite. I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
But yes, Rocket Pig Games, they came up with that. And they've got a couple variants. I've got 2 variants that I've printed for my blobs. Living oozes. Then onto my favorite models in this board. I love these Rending Drake substitutes. If they would focus better and I just get in closer, and it'll work better for you. Oh, and I just totally knocked over those guys. It's okay, they hit hard anyways. So yeah, let's see if we can just get in a little bit. So those are Rending Drake's proxies. They are 3D prints from Artisan Guild. It's a wingless dragon who they call Delani, and it's really supposed to be this huge model. Let's try and get a little bit closer. But I went and assembled it in a mesh mixer, so it came out as one print, because it's normally like 10 pieces or something like that. Maybe it's not that many, but it's a lot of pieces, and it's huge. So I assembled it, supported it in Sheet 2 box, and printed it on my Epax X1 resin printer. I love the resin printer for stuff like that, because I could not get a detailed model like that on an Ender 3. As much as I love my Ender 3s, the resin printer is surely awesome for minis. These overlays are all printed, you know, those overlays and the nest, that's all done on a resin printer. Alright, let's get back here a little bit more. We have, okay, set back up on the tripod, looking down. Oh, it's gonna fall. Yeah, I'm a one-man show. We're a low-budget affair here when it comes to camera work and stuff. Here we have what I use for Living Spirits, and I think these models are also really cool. They are Cool Mini or Not's Zombicide Black Plague expansion. The expansion is the what is it? No Rest for the Wicked, right? Yeah, No Rest for the Wicked expansion. They are Spectral walkers, but they make fantastic Living Spirits, in this guy's humble opinion. So 3 different types. I don't have an elite. Usually I have like 2 different types of models, you know, elite, non-elite. I don't have elites for either of the Rending Drakes or Spectral walkers as far as a separate model is concerned. When I do come up with one, you will surely hear about it. But that is basically what we got going on here. You got the chest is totally the wrong spot. If you know anything about this level, chest actually goes there. Spoiler alert. But yeah, and that chest, actually, we have got the license to sell them as part of our sets, but they come from a Kickstarter called Fantasy Props. I believe it was a Kickstarter. I don't remember the name of the gentleman who created the files. We have a merchant license for them. They are really cool looking, like prop tiles for fantasy stuff, and so a lot of our overlays are going to be from that Kickstarter that we got the license for, because they look fantastic and they're unique, different flavor, and my style of mini and prop. The other thing you got going, the only thing that I didn't make that's not a model, is the coins. Those are 3D prints. Find them on Thingiverse. Gloomhaven coins. I can't remember who did them. Could be a John Rebellia, could be a Robogon, could be somebody else. I don't know. I will credit whoever it was in the description below. So check that out. And as a final thing, in the back here, I got a bunch of statues I just finished working on. Let's come over here. These are coming out. I'm going to do my next cool dungeon level is going to have a ton of statues, because I've been working this. I've got the system down in place now where I got the base sizes right. We have the Epax resin printer, and I'm starting to whip up all sorts of models that I can use as statues. So there you go. That's my first. That's the first set that I'm going to have here. That'll be on Talisman Sabre Terrain, but you're going to see a dungeon in the future with this hallway of statues, and it's going to be awesome. All right, that's me. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I will happily answer anything you want to know. If you want to know more about the train, talismansabreterrain.com. And as always, from the nerdery, happy gaming.